Hello, and welcome to one of, I don't want to say many, but one of the series I have creative or slash came up with. I don't know what I'm going to call it yet. I'm going to figure that out in post video, but the future me can deal with that. This is present me. But, like I was saying, this is where I'm going to uncover hidden gems in anime, gaming, anything really, and tell you guys about it, so you guys can watch slash play later because these are really good shows that go under radar for some reason. Because no one likes them. Well, no one likes them, but for some reason they just don't get acknowledged. It's weird. I don't know why. These shows are really good. But the first of this series will be anime slash manga called Talentless Nana. I don't know if you've heard of this. It came out a season or two ago. No, 2 seasons ago, I think. It was during that time where everyone was saying there's no good anime. Well, everyone was over here watching something else. I watching VTubers, yeah, that's what they were watching. I was watching anime still, and I found some good ones no one talks about. One example of this is Talentless Nana. So think like Death Note, but in high school with superpowers. Think Death Note slash My Hero Academia, and that's what this show is. And you're probably like, that sounds very weird. But that's actually the best way I can describe it because that's exactly how this show is. Essentially, I'm gonna spoil the first episode slash like first chapter because it's the first episode slash chapter. So if not, go read it if you don't want any spoilers. But it's really good. I enjoyed it, obviously, or else I wouldn't be making a video. Actually, I might have saying how bad it is, but not right now. But get my fucking hair. But yeah, think Death Note slash My Hero Academia, and that's what this show is. It's really good because it has that like Death Note element. Like, yes, I hear a creak in the floor, so that must mean there's someone here. Like that type of stupid, impossible intelligence, which is just really fun. Um, and then it has the My Hero Academia aspects because they have like superpowers and things, and it's really good because there's this because this girl like goes around trying to kill superheroes because they're considered like enemies of humanity, and it's really good because she has to come up with ways, and some students are really smart while others are really dumb. Some powers are super cool. Well, actually, they're all very basic powers. There's not one power I'm like, that's a unique power. No, they're all very basic superpowers. Like, oh, this guy can control fire. Oh, this guy can control ice. Oh, this person does things. I don't know. I mean, now that I'm thinking about it, later on, they do come up with more unique powers and things. But yeah, and then some of the students are trying to figure out who's murdering this student, while she's trying to figure out like ways to counteract so they can't tell she's a murderer, which is really fun and unique to see because this show goes on. Now, one thing I do have to say about it is this is not getting a second season. So if you want to finish it, you're probably going to have to go and read the manga because I highly doubt this is getting a second season. I just don't feel it. It's not getting a second season. I can almost promise you that. So don't be waiting for like 6 years on a second season. That ain't coming. So if you're getting into this show, just expect you're never going to finish it or you have to go read the manga. Me personally, I've read the manga. And then let me say it drops off after a bit, like essentially right after the first season, it dips down in like quality. It's still good. It still has like its charm, but it definitely is nowhere near as good. Um, my personal favorite character is the basic favorite character, Kyoya. I think I'm pronouncing his name right. His powers essentially he's immortal, and he's essentially the main character's biggest threat. So like Light's L from Death Note, kind of like her biggest concern. And then she has to be wary because some students have really bad powers but are really smart, and then other people have really strong powers but are really dumb. So she's got to think of a way like how can I kill this really dumb person with a really broken power, because if they see me, they're just going, I'm crushed, I'm dead. So she's got to think of a way to counter their powers, which is really cool. So she like tries to find solutions of like, okay, so maybe if I do this at this time, then he will die because his power doesn't work with the sun out, something like that. I don't know. I'm just giving you an example. So it's really cool trying to see her like wiggle her way around, like trying to find their weaknesses, kind of, which I really like. I'm trying to find ways to kill them. And then it gets into some societal topics, really. Like, it's like, I know the whatchamacallit may throw you off, like the look of it may throw you off, be like, oh, this looks really guppy. Like how like Tokyo Revengers looks really weird and it doesn't look good, but it's really good. I personally only seen the first few episodes, so I can't say if Tokyo Revengers is really good. But Talentless Nana, I can confidently say, I think you would like it if you've seen shows like Death Note or something like that. My cat's meowing. He wants out of my room. Okay. But yeah, back to what I was saying. Check this show out. It's definitely a hidden gem, so if you want to say like, oh, I've seen a hidden gem, this is definitely one show I think you could do that to, because it's a really good show, and I think it's extremely underrated. And I am sad to see that it won't be getting a second season, probably, because it really flew under the radar of people, which I don't know why. It has a good concept, it has a good story. Just so sad. So sad. And let me say this is another show that is not afraid to kill characters. Let me think of another show like this. I can't think of anything at the moment. Well, The Boys, let's say The Boys, they're not scared to, like, kill off characters that people like. It's kind of a show like that. Like, they are not scared to, like, say, oh, you like this character? Which, I think in the first season, like, it's like every episode's like a new person with a superpower, so, like, you find this person's weakness and know how to kill them in that episode. Later on, there are more, like, arcs, kind of, where it's like, oh, yes, like, this will take actually, like, 10 chapters to figure out how to kill them instead of, like, 2 or 1. So later on, I would say, yeah. Which it ends on a cliffhanger, sad to say. So you are going to want to watch it, then go straight into the manga, because you're going to be like, oh my gosh, I'm freaking out. I don't know what's going to happen next. So, yeah, you do be warned. You will regret not watching the manga if you enjoyed it, if you think it's shit. I think you'll realize if you like it or not in the first 3/5 episodes. So just give it that, and I think right there you'll know, yeah, this is something for me, or no, this is not something for me. I think in the first episode, I don't think it's good to judge it based on that, because it's kind of like The Promised Neverland, where like the first episode is just exposition, and then it just goes to like, oh, the big plot twist, she's actually a murderer, like I said. So yeah, this is definitely a hidden gem among tons of anime. Now, do I think it's as good as like things like Code Geass or ReZero or One Piece? No, of course not. But do I think it's as good as something like what's another trash? Not trash, but like anime that like people consider okay. Like, personally, I think this is about as good as like that time I got reincarnated as a slime. They're completely different, but like I put them in like the same category of like, yeah, they're okay. Like, it's an okay isekai. It's an okay like thriller anime. Which I don't know why people didn't like this, because now that I'm thinking about it, Promised Neverland also has an art style very similar to this. And then it looks very innocent at first, and then it goes dark. And, you know, in that one, I think it was a lot easier to tell this is going dark than in this. So, yeah. Sorry for spoiling the first episode for you. But I have to explain it, because I can't explain it without spoiling. But I think if you like Death Note and you're trying to find something to fill your Death Note craze, this is definitely it. Code Geass, you're trying to find. Now, it's not going to be as good as those two animes, but it's going to be pretty damn good. It's like comparing ReZero and That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. ReZero is a really good isekai, but That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime is kind of like, yeah, this is enough to tide me over till ReZero Season 2. So, yeah, there's going to be no more Death Note content. There was a reveal about something with Code Geass, I remember. So, get hyped for that if you like Code Geass. But this is definitely a hidden gem among gems. So, highly recommend. Watch. It's only 12 episodes. There's that too. So, you don't have to worry about binging like 24 episodes. It's only 12, so you can definitely binge this in a day if you really want. So, yeah. And well, that's it. Bye.